Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Beth and Rip's Yellowstone spin-off can't ignore this Kevin Costner connection. There's no denying that fans are hungry for more Yellowstone. Even without Kevin Costner at the helm, there are still plenty of stories within this larger Western television universe worth telling. While Taylor Sheridan continues to expand on the Duttons' past, with prequels like 1923, audience members grow anxious for more stories about their modern-day counterparts. Now that a spin-off starring Kelly Reilly and Cole Hauser is reportedly in development, it seems that those same fans may just get their wish. However, the spin-off's connections to the flagship series may just stir up some trouble for the drama. If the Rip/Beth spin-off wants to succeed, it ought to take measures to ensure it's more than just a simple continuation of the former Costner series. Yellowstone's Rip and Beth spin-off should serve as an epilogue, not a continuation. While many are undoubtedly excited about seeing more of Beth, Rip, and, very likely, their surrogate son Carter, Finn Little, the spin-off series may run into a problem right out of the gate. The flagship Yellowstone series ended with Life is a Promise, an episode which the network has officially referred to as a season finale. This change from calling the end of Yellowstone Season 5 a season finale rather than a series finale signifies that the Paramount Network intends for the story to continue. But with the disbanding of the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch, the death and burial of John Dutton, Costner, and the dispersing of both the land and the ranch hands who made the show what it is, any Rip and Beth continuation will be bogged by the open-ended questions Yellowstone left in its wake. More than likely, folks will expect the show to simply be Yellowstone Season 6. What the show ought to do instead is serve more as an epilogue to the original series rather than a direct continuation. In branding itself as such, the spin-off will ensure that the audience knows exactly which characters will and won't be returning. Centering itself entirely on the new life that Beth and Rip aim to build in small-town Montana, far from the cares and politics of Paradise Valley, will be better for the series in the long run, and won't lead to any confusion regarding the nature of the program. If this spin-off is simply meant to continue the show's main narrative, which has essentially wrapped up following the 6th season anyway, then why not just continue Yellowstone into a 6th season? Instead, since this show has thus far been referred to as a spin-off, it should live up to that title in the same way that the upcoming The Madison series is set to. Paramount's streaming deal with Peacock could cause potential problems for Yellowstone. Of course, another reason that the Rip/Beth spin-off must further separate itself from the original Kevin Costner series is due to issues regarding streaming platforms. Because of the Paramount Network's streaming deal with Peacock over the flagship series, the streamer currently holds exclusive streaming rights to Yellowstone in the US. Some have theorized that the Rip/Beth spin-off may actually be a way for the network to get around that deal. This would bring the main Yellowstone story back home under Paramount's own streaming platform, Paramount Plus, and allow fans to view new episodes of the entire Yellowstone universe, sans the original series, all in one place. Labeling the Rip/Beth show a spin-off would get around that deal, as this would be an entirely new show. While some may still consider this spin-off essentially a 6th season of Yellowstone, the burden of proof would be on Paramount and Taylor Sheridan to prove that the Beth/Rip show is categorically unique compared to the original drama. Thus, it would be wise to structure this spin-off in a similar vein to the way that AMC's The Walking Dead did with its own spin-off shows, such as The Walking Dead, Dead City, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, and The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Lives. Each of these spin-offs or continuations serves as unique epilogues to the original story, rather than playing as a direct continuation of the same plot and collection of characters. Considering the way Season 5 of Yellowstone ended, It should be fairly easy for the Beth/Rip series to do something similar. Cast Jefferson White, Forey J. Smith, Denham Richards, Breckin Merrill, Finn Little, Danny Houston, Kevin Costner, Kelsey as Bill, Ryan Bingham, Ian Bowen, Luke Grimes, Cole Hauser, Wes Bentley, Kelly Reilly, Gil Birmingham. When Paramount announced a new spin-off centered on Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler from Yellowstone, fans were ecstatic. The untamed passion and relentless loyalty between Beth, Kelly Reilly, and Rip, Cole Hauser, have been the heart of Taylor Sheridan's hit series. Their love story, forged in the fires of hardship and tested by the brutal realities of the Dutton Ranch, promises a spin-off filled with grit, drama, and raw emotion. But as the series prepares to break new ground, there is one crucial element that cannot be ignored: the enduring connection to Kevin Costner's John Dutton. The patriarch of the Dutton family, John Dutton, is the reason Beth and Rip's love story even exists. His decisions, sacrifices, and philosophies have shaped them both into the people they are today. Beth, his fiercely loyal yet emotionally wounded daughter, carries his legacy and his burdens. Rip, the orphaned boy given a second chance at life by John, has pledged unwavering allegiance to the Dutton way. Any spin-off featuring this dynamic duo must acknowledge the profound influence Costner's character has had on their lives. John Dutton's influence on Beth. Beth Dutton's fire is unmatched, her intelligence razor-sharp, and her ability to navigate the corporate and cowboy worlds makes her one of Yellowstone's most compelling characters. But beneath her ironclad exterior lies a woman deeply shaped by her father's expectations and values. John Dutton molded Beth into the protector of his empire, instilling in her a ruthless drive to eliminate threats to the family. His approval is the standard by which she measures herself, and her fierce loyalty to him borders on obsession. A Beth and Rip spin-off cannot ignore the fact that every move Beth makes is, in some way, tied to her father. Whether she is defending the Dutton land, exacting revenge on those who wrong them, or navigating the complexities of love and family, her actions are rooted in John's lessons. If the spin-off removes John Dutton from the equation without addressing the void he leaves in Beth's life, it risks losing the essence of her character. Rip Wheeler, John Dutton's adopted son in spirit. Rip Wheeler may not share John Dutton's blood, but he is, in every way that matters, his son. Rescued from a traumatic past and given a home at the Yellowstone Ranch, Rip grew into the man John needed: loyal, disciplined, and ruthless when required. In many ways, Rip is the embodiment of John's ideal cowboy, unflinching in the face of danger and steadfast in his devotion to the family. The spin-off must acknowledge Rip's deep-seated respect and love for John. Though he has built his own identity, Rip's moral compass, his approach to leadership, and his devotion to Beth all stem from lessons learned at John's side. A storyline that ignores this connection would feel hollow. The Ghost of John Dutton: How the spin-off can honor Costner's legacy. Even if Kevin Costner does not appear in the spin-off, his presence should loom large. The easiest and most emotionally charged way to do this would be through flashbacks. Key moments from Beth and Rip's past, conversations with John, pivotal lessons learned, and the choices that led them to where they are could provide much-needed depth and continuity. Another possibility is to explore Beth and Rip's reaction to John's absence, whether due to death or another circumstance. If the spin-off takes place after Yellowstone's timeline, it must grapple with how Beth and Rip continue the Dutton legacy without their leader. Do they carry out his vision, or do they forge a new path? Are they haunted by the weight of his expectations, or do they feel liberated? These are critical questions that could add depth to the spin-off's narrative. The ranch without John, can it survive? The Beth and Rip-led Yellowstone spin-off is an intriguing prospect, but it must address the future of the Dutton Ranch itself. John Dutton was not just a father figure, he was the ranch's backbone, the force that kept it intact. Without him, can the ranch survive? And if it does, will it be the same? Beth and Rip are both warriors, but they are not John. They must navigate their own leadership struggles, make their own choices, and perhaps even question whether they want to keep fighting for land that has cost them so much. One potential direction for the spin-off is to focus on the challenges of running the ranch in the modern world without John's guiding hand. Land disputes, political battles, and betrayals are bound to continue. But what if Beth and Rip begin to question if the ranch is worth the sacrifices it demands? That internal conflict between honoring John's legacy and carving out their own future could be a compelling core for the series.